Well, we are now in the double digits here, and today I had a really, really good session. Again, good session, bad session. These things happen back to back, day to day. They come in spurts, waves. Again, at the end of the day, they're kind of superfluous. It doesn't really matter. What matters is obviously just getting in your writing for that day. But boy, I will say, even with a good session, it is. It's going to take a while before this thing before even, if you want to call it the first draft, at least the initial draft even gets down on the page. One of the things that I'm very, very good at is setting stretch goals. I am not always the best at meeting them, obviously, but that for me is okay. I generally don't mind coming up short when I set a stretch goal because the goals are often challenging to the point where I've got to push myself a little bit, but they never seem that far out of reach. It's a good balance, I'd say, as far as stretch goals go. And kind of the idea with any kind of stretch goal is that you set that really lofty target and you get maybe 85, 90% of the way there and you come up short. And the idea is that, well, you set a lofty target and you come up a little bit short, but you've gotten yourself much further than you would if you set a small target and actually hit it. You can hit, the smallest of targets basically if you set your goal low enough. It's not hard to set a goal of write one chapter or 2,000 words or 3,000 words in a month, right? It's a pretty easy-ish goal for most people to hit. You set a nice goal of, writing 10,000 words in a month. That's a little bit more challenging. That's a bit more difficult. Then you set a goal like a NaNoWriMo goal where you want to get 50,000. That's a big stretch goal right there. And again, the idea is that, well, you getting 40,000 words written is better than you getting, the couple thousand or even the 10,000 written, even though you didn't hit your goal. Right. And for me, that's often how I do these processes is I will set a very kind of pretty good stretch goal that I need to hit. Usually it's like 6 months out minimum, and I'll just kind of grind away and hit it. Occasionally I'll set one maybe for like a month. Like in this month, I need to get X number of, this far. But usually it's a good 6 months because I'm pretty good at staying consistent with the process. I'm never very good in a deadline, but I am good being consistent. And maybe I'll do a video tomorrow on writing on deadlines versus not on deadlines. But yeah, but either which way, even with a stretch goal, it's going to take a while. My goal, as so far as I have one, is to try and have something of an initial draft, a first draft, basically everything on the actual Word document by next June. So I've got about a good, 10 months, whatever that is now, to get to that point. Now, coming into the story with at least over half of it written, part of me thinks that's a little bit easy initially when I look at it, but this one chapter alone, I'm only like halfway through right here. It's taken forever. This story is really deep, and the prose is a lot more poetic. The prose is a lot more prosy, if you will. And so making progress is going to be going at a much slower pace. It's like marching an army in the 18th century across a long tundra. We're only going so many miles a day, no matter how hard you want to push it. You can't just really force yourself to do it because there's a limited resource, right? You can't just slave drive yourself to get this done. You're going to compromise on your quality of your writing, certainly, and you're going to burn yourself out. It's going to happen. So it's a slow process to get this done. And yeah, I'm quite certain by next summer, getting one really good draft down, like that initial draft. Again, I told you I don't really believe in drafts, but like one initial sort of draft down on the page that's crisp, that's really clear, that says what I want it to say. That is a good goal. That for me is a stretch goal, and I don't know if I'm going to hit it. It's just a snail's pace, and your time frames should reflect that. Even though my stretch goal might be to get the first draft done by next summer, I'm giving myself quite a bit of time, quite a few years to get this story finished, because it is going to be really freaking good. That's the one thing I'm hoping for. It's the one thing I'm pushing myself to do, is to get a really, really good story down. And your time frame should be reflective of that. You're not going to write some groundbreaking, life-changing book in a year. Generally, maybe you're one of the rare few, but you're probably not going to write this book that's going to change people's lives in a year. It's not a realistic time frame. 5 years, 10 years, yeah, that's great. If you want to write a book that's going to change millions of lives, yeah, it might take you 5-10 years. That's good. That's not a dilly-dallying around time frame, to be honest. That's a consistent sort of output with lots of revisions and lots of time and effort spent on it. Now, I'm hoping to get this thing done before I'm 40. Certainly, I'm halfway there right now, so we'll see. Under 5 years is kind of my goal. The word counts, I'm thinking, is only going to be around maybe 100,000 words ish, so it shouldn't be that long. But it's going to take time. It's going to take quite a while, and even with a stretch goal, it's still going to take quite a while to do this. And so that's the goal, and that's where I'm at. And I'm already thinking we are not getting this done anytime soon. So just enjoying the process, enjoying the ride for now.